Audio's live. Visuals are live. Screen recording live.
We're live.
We are live.
We're back.
We're back. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, First Moose Lounge of 2025. Cheers.
Can we do a clink in front of the mics?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a nice.
That was good.
Just a little reverberation.
Little ASMR. Smells strong. Honestly, Melted Jolly Rancher isn't too far off from what I imagined this. They probably taste similar, Melted Jolly Rancher, and what we're drinking.
This tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean.
Would you be surprised to hear you're getting electrolytes right now?
No way. Electrolytes and in a drink this delicious?
I know. It's not Pedialyte. It's the off-brand Pedialyte.
Okay.
Like, I think it's called like Dwayne Reed right or some CVS right.
CVS,
they didn't try very hard.
They really phone in the names.
I feel like that's all the off-brand shit, which is it's going to be good enough if it's close to something you do know. Like it's going to at least taste close enough to the thing. I mean, it's a good.
That they're trying.
Yeah, exactly. They had a marketing team that came up with a fun, quirky new name.
Yeah, they definitely had a meeting about that. They're like, all right, Pedialyte. We think we can change the Pedia.
It's just called oral electrolytes.
Okay.
Electrolyte light. Electrolyte instead of Pedialyte.
Well, that's fair. I guess it is electrolyte.
It's just straight up electrolytes.
Yeah.
I mean, Pedialyte's expensive, dude.
And we're not children. I guess that's what it's, right? Pedia means for kids.
Yeah, but I saw Pedialyte like last year started rebranding to alcoholics. Or adults who enjoy a beverage.
Who are hungover.
Yeah, basically.
Maybe not exclusively alcoholics.
Well, I guess if you're an alcoholic, you're not going for Pedialyte. You're going for another beverage in the morning.
Yeah, that cures it just as well. Continue to drink.
Is that science, or is that just like you're so drunk
I think you're drunk again. So
Yeah.
You don't care that you hurt.
Is that really all it is?
I've not. We'll have to test it out.
Why aren't you hurting in the moment when you're drunk? Because it's just you're drunk, but you're.
Yeah, you're like numbed a little bit.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or because when you're hungover, it's just you're dehydrated mostly, right? Like your body's
low
like
blood sugar.
Low blood sugar.
That's why you want to like have some. You don't want to people don't just drink water for a hangover. I think they need some of the blood sugar. Like or even like bread would do it. Carbs.
Interesting.
Your body turns that into sugar.
Typically, when I'm hungover, water is a cure. Versus, like sometimes I don't want food.
Dehydration is a big part of it. Don't get me wrong, but like ideally.
Do you think it's possible to be like to get so wasted, but also be so preventative with your hangover measures that they completely nullify, or would you be in turn drinking and eating so much to counter the hangover that you would actively counter the drunk?
Yeah,
as well?
I think it would counter the drunk a little bit too. These are good questions though for a bro science channel.
Yeah,
to experiment.
That could be our Moose Lounge Science, the second channel.
Today, alcohol versus Pedialyte.
Honestly, I feel like you would piss a shit ton. Obviously, you'd just be pissing the whole time.
And it would be your pee would be clear, and you're like, is that because I'm drunk or because of how much Pedialyte I've been drinking?
I'd be down to try this. Just like sit down, get wasted, but also, you must be so full. Like, what would you have to do? You'd have to be drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, well, I would go, honestly, it would be alcohol Pedialyte. Like, that's
what all you would do?
Well, you ever like, get really drunk on screwdrivers? Like, just alcohol and orange juice? I find that I'm way less hungover the next day.
Really?
Yeah, from screwdrivers.
I feel like orange juice isn't like that gets a lot of sugar.
Mm-mm. And I'm just reporting. I'm reporting the results to you. I don't have science to back this up, but
I mean, if we're playing that game, I never feel that hungover when I only drink beer.
That's awesome.
Like,
congratulations.
I don't know if the orange juice, maybe it's just because you're drinking a couple screwdrivers versus if you took...
No, I've had a lot. In college, there was a bar that would do, it was like $20 to get in, open bar, 9 to 11 or something.
And you would just do screwdrivers?
And I would just do screwdrivers.
Is this the only bar that you've experienced this phenomenon? Perhaps they were watering down there.
They wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't do that.
The Rusty Nail would never treat me like that.
Surely they can afford to pour alcohol down the drain for pretty much free.
I feel like every bar that does those $5, 5 shots things are giving you not real liquor.
I think it was Shenanigans. Like that was
In
the
the
name
city
of the
or
bar.
in New York?
In DC.
In DC, I meant? Or
Yeah.
I imagine a place called Shenanigans could be watering down some drinks.
No, because their name's Shenanigans. You know the police are watching them closely.
Yeah, they're already
They're like,
off to a bad start with a
anything-
suspicious name.
If anything mischievous happens, they're like, this is some shenanigans.
Maybe it's like a hiding in plain sight kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like your bar name is We Serve Underage is something. Just get right ahead of it. No, obviously we don't. Otherwise that wouldn't be our name.
The bar name is 18 and
18
under.
and under. Minors only. Mr.
You don't
Minor.
even want people close to being able to drink. You're like 18 and under. We want juniors in high school that have beards. That's our target clientele.
They should just look at the football players. Those guys are all looking like
they
they're-
haven't been carded since they were 12.
I even do get carded. You get carded more
I get
because you
carded
look
a
like a
lot.
child. I got carded at CVS yesterday, and I almost like forgot. He didn't ask. He just looked at me when I was holding the beer. I was like, "Do you need my ID? Like, can you?" Clearly, I'm a beard-having adult.
He's being all coy.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
I'll sell you the
Do you want to
beer.
give me your ID? And I don't know why, but I noticed that whenever I hand over my ID, I'm like a little shaky, even though I just don't think I'll ever get used to handing over my identification and not feeling like, what if he's an undercover? Something. We were torturing ourselves as children trying to buy alcohol because it is so stressful, and it's like you get a 12-pack of Bud Lights out of it.
Yeah.
Like I remember shitting my pants buying beer, and we got the beer. It was, I guess, worth it in the moment, but I hated having to buy alcohol underage.
Oh yeah, it was terrifying.
Once I got to college, I became a little more comfortable, but in high school, I remember being like, I'm gonna go to jail, and I did it anyway. Same with buying weed too. It was terrifying.
We went through all that trouble, and all we had to do in the end was just like leave the grape juice out for a while, and we could have no adults involved.
Does that
Our own alcohol.
Is that safe to do it that way?
I don't know if safe's the right word. It works.
Can you hurt? I mean, I guess you can obviously get sick from it, just like you can get sick from any alcohol. But
Yeah.
my brother
I
did
don't
it.
think like maybe it's sugary, so it turns out weird. But like, I've left an Arizona iced tea in my car too long and boldly taken a sip, and it tastes very strong.
I had a Snapple once at school that was fermented, and I remember taking a sip, and it was pretty strong. And I told the lunch lady about it, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and they gave me a fresh one. And some of the more derelict students in my middle school were like pissed that I handed away some good shit. I was like, "What are you guys gonna do?"
Well, you haven't had the opportunity to hold on to a Snapple for a while. Like that's,
I guess they
you
were.
don't need to wait for the lunch lady to do that. You just-
After the fact, they were like, "You just gave away booze." I was like, "What? It tasted like shit."
They
You guys
go
can all
get
buy a
one now
Snapple
and just leave it under their bed for a while.
next week. How long does it take, you think? Probably a long time for Snapple.
I have no idea. Google how long to ferment a Snapple. ChatGPT might have answers to that.
Oh, 5 to 7 days. What?
Yeah, dude, so fast.
Wait, what is fermenting? Just leaving it out?
Yeah, you just leave it.
Basically not in the fridge?
Yeah, it can't be cold. It's got to be in like a warmish area.
And I would imagine you have to break the
It has to
seal,
have been
too.
exposed to air already.
Huh. Snapple isn't fermented like homemade kombucha. It's flavored tea that's pasteurized, which means it's heated to kill bacteria. Therefore, Snapple itself doesn't undergo a fermentation process. Well, the Snapple I had definitely was. It had like floating shit in the bottom.
You got a lunch lady's mixed drink.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, so
She's like, my
sorry.
goodness."
That wasn't supposed to be for sale." This person accidentally. This says it's 1,000% fermented his bottle of Snapple.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, so-
which begs the question, like, why is there not Gatorade wine? Why doesn't just every? Can they do Gatorade? Because that's just sugar. There's no.
What's part of what makes it ferment? Sugar
I don't
and.
know. I was thinking maybe it was the plant. Like,
But I
the
mean,
tea.
obviously, there's like a bacteria aspect because otherwise you wouldn't have to leave it out exposed to air for X amount of days. Like, it's not just the sugar doing what it would do on its own, I think.
I don't know, dude.
There's definitely bacteria involved. Like, it's molding.
Maybe that's the natural life cycle of sugar. The sugar grows old with you. When you're young, you want young sugar, and as you get older, you want old sugar.
I think I just want the same sugar throughout my
No,
years.
this is how it works.
Well, then what's like limoncello? I think is just a bunch of lemons and sugar.
I don't really know what that is. That's like the little lemony shots they give you.
But that was a common drink because like grandmas used to make it in their bathtubs in Italy during Prohibition.
Oh,
I think Italy had a
bathtub
Prohibition.
limoncello.
It's supposedly.
Oh my god.
I spelled chalao.
That reminds me. Remember that? What's the cartoon about the black family? What is it called?
Cleveland?
No.
There's like a lot of black families.
Oh, it's the classic one. I can't remember.
Everybody Hates Chris?
No, it's a cartoon, but it's from the 90s. Whatever. There's an episode where the grandma is like gets famous for selling these bars, and she got famous from. She's like, "What's your secret?" Like, I just put my foot in it. And everyone thought it was like an old saying. Mm-hmm. And then she shows them, and she literally was just putting her foot every time.
I know the show. Not the Jetsons. Where they never showed the mom's face or the dad's face.
No, they do. They show the whole family's face. God, I cannot remember the name of the show.
I know what you're talking about. I thought they never showed the mom.
Maybe one of the characters. They definitely show like the grandma and the dad. I remember them.
I don't want to just
Can
Google.
Can you Google famous black cartoons?
Famous black cartoon. The Boondocks family. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's let's say from the 90s.
Yeah. From the 90s.
It's just gonna pop up.
Or it might even be early 2000s.
Or maybe we made it up.
No, do early 2000s. It's like the Dada family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jetsons, but they're the white ones.
Yeah.
The Proud Family.
Proud Family.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Proud Family.
Just go to images and see if we see all their faces. Yeah, see, like we see the dad.
Yeah. What was the show that they never showed someone's mom?
That's like Tom and Jerry did. Lots of old cartoons did that. Tom and Jerry did that. The Charlie Brown.
Was it the Powder Puff Girls too? We never saw her mom.
No, we saw the scientist all the time. In Powder Puff
the dad, but not the mom.
They didn't have a mom. They were made in a lab. That's like the whole deal. Remember, he like accidentally spills stuff. It's the intro to Power
Mommy
Girls.
Theorist. There she is.
She looks like definitely turns out to be a villain.
I can. What I'm thinking of is like the curly hair. You would always see the back of her head. She's wearing like a red dress. I
think I know what you're talking about.
I know. I thought it would be from the Proud Family.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Trudy Proud. I remember her.
Yeah.
She looks proud.
Not red hair.
No. Let's see. I'll just do cartoon mom we never saw.
It's gonna be a lot of
her. Well, who's she from?
Click on it.
Is this Johnny Bravo?
Like
it is the Powder Puff Girls.
Oh.
Maybe not. No. Hold on. What show is this?
I'm done spending.
Oh, zip it, Factor.
Meals.
I'm never buying your meals. Fuck. Why isn't this just like immediately telling me who this is? Yeah. Who are you pretending to be? From a pimp. Miss Salabellum.
We now Google Miss Salabellum.
Maybe that's this girl's name. No, okay, cool. She's from the Powder Puff Girls.
Okay.
Nice.
But do we see her face?
No, they never show her face. They like maybe there's like one episode. Yeah, I guess this was the one scene.
Okay. It looks like we see her face there.
But we were mostly just seeing. Oh, she's like the mayor's assistant.
Oh,
yes.
Slash lover.
His whore.
His concubine.
I mean, the mayor was doing well for himself. He's like a 4 foot tall dude.
He's the mayor, dude. How
See, even then, her neck is stretched.
That's why he liked her, for her neck.
She
gave good neck.
Great neck. I mean, she's looking great.
Yeah, for a cartoon character.
There were some pretty attractive cartoon characters. I think we've already done this before.
We did it. I think our very first episode, we talked about hot cartoon girls.
Wow. I mean, personally, I still think cartoon girls are hot. I don't know about you.
Sure.
So maybe we should,
revisit it. Cover it a second time.
Well, just in case anyone missed that episode, I don't really watch many cartoons. I feel like cartoons back in the day had longevity to them, like 15 seasons long, whereas now it's like a new cartoon pops up so often.
Yeah.
It's more like anime style cartoons and things that don't really care about plot. It's more just like a good episode. Like SpongeBob was like a story that you followed along. You followed a man's journey through childhood.
What?
You like
What is SpongeBob's arc? Like he's the same.
becoming the best fry cook ever. Like I feel like it's pretty obvious.
At the end, like he's just individual episodes.
He is focused on like becoming everyone's friend and
Okay, but he doesn't like
helping the
become more
community.
of their friends.
He becomes he kind of does.
Not,
Mr. Krabs and him do not start. Squidward and him do not start off as good friends.
and they're still not on good terms.
I
If
think
you watch a recent episode, Squidward is still annoyed at SpongeBob's activities.
But they love each other.
Sure, but I'm saying that never changed. It was always this like.
No, I think their relationship has grown. They've definitely bonded. You can't be hating someone for 20 years and not learn to love a little.
You can when it's an episode by episode show and there's no arc to them.
You don't think any of the characters have character arc?
Nope. I don't think a single one.
I feel like Mr. Krabs was way more money hungry in the beginning of the show, and
I guess I'm not up to date on SpongeBob lore. I stopped around 2010.
yeah.
So whatever.
It's been a minute since
my
I
many
caught up
years
on the
watching
lore.
though, he didn't seem to improve his social standing.
I mean,
Except
Patrick.
he did have a brief shining moment when he rips his pants, but he throws it away by overdoing the bit.
He does kind of
He
give it a little too much.
You got to know when to stop.
You do. Have you ever ripped your pants?
I guess so. I don't know. That's a bigger man's issue. My issue is usually my pants won't stay on.
I feel like it's not like a size issue. It's more of a what were you doing?
That's a little bit of a size issue. I can get further into the splits than a 300-pound man before my pants break.
Well, it depends on how tight your pants are.
I assume
If you're wearing loose-fitting jeans, sure, but some like skin-tight pants might actually be less
I'm
advantage
assuming we
for
have
you.
comparable pants on, whatever the tightness is.
Yeah, but like a
What
big.
are you saying? Are you saying that me and a 300-pound man it's equally likely to rip our pants?
I think so.
That's insane, dude.
First
First of all, when you're that size, you're an amorphous blob. Your shape changes constantly. Like it's very
yeah. So wouldn't it?
and number one complaint among fat people is like that. Their
Not that
buttons
they're
are
ripping their
stressed.
pants. Exactly. The stressed buttons can pop. Button
The
popping.
stressed clothing.
I'll give you button popping for sure.
Okay.
But the crotch is where
It
the pants
seems
usually
like
rip.
If your buttons are popping, you are very close to ripping that shirt. Those go. They are almost hand in hand.
But I guess my experience with pants ripping would be you're doing something to. It's not like they're your buttons could just pop from eating that last bite of whatever. Ripping your pants is usually from doing splits or dancing or something that
Or
300-pound
If you're
people
300
typically.
pounds, it's for bending over to pick up the newspaper.
No, I think it's
What?
It's more the type of pants you wear. Like a skinny dude who wears skinny jeans is more likely to rip his pants than a fat person that wears baggy clothes.
Sure. The trouble as a fat person is finding baggy clothes. You're describing an insane hypothetical. They all have. Every shirt is skin tight after you reach a certain size.
Sure, but like fat people still wear baggy clothes so that they don't look. What fat person wears skin tight clothing?
You live in an insane universe where skinny people and fat people are ripping their pants at the same rate.
I think that's not that far fetched. Usually, I would agree after the episode that I was definitely just arguing. I am standing by this one that I don't think it's crazy to assume that it's more dependent on what you're doing and how tight, how undersized your pants are versus just how oversized you are. I don't see fat people in skinny
There's a direct correlation
jeans.
between how fat you are and how undersized your pants end up being.
No, you buy bigger pants.
Okay, but you understand, like, you have to grow to a certain size, so you're playing catch up. You're like, oh, my pants are too tight, I need to buy new ones.
Well, you're not constantly growing in this, situation.
You started at a baby, you're like 4 pounds.
Sure.
You do a lot of growing.
Okay, but we have a 400-pound man and
so
a
he's 100x size, his initial size.
Yes, but he has pants that
spent many
fit him
years-
appropriately and are probably, I'm arguing,
Briefly.
going to
They
be
fit him briefly.
Okay, he is not gaining weight day by day. Let's say he's happy at his 400 pounds.
There's like a 30-year period where he is.
Yes, of course, but he's buying
gotta
new
work.
fucking clothes. You
And he knows to buy them because they're too small.
You are skinny. You are not wearing the same pants you wore when you were a child, correct?
Correct.
So you have also been growing.
Yes.
You've just been growing.
I have not had the 100x size increase.
Sure. Also, I feel like he's probably skipping a couple sizes so that he can wear them baggy, grow into them, and then get new jeans. As a financial
You
responsibility.
think fat people hope they plan on getting even fatter through their lives?
No, but if he's a realistic guy. Also, I'm
You're
not
describing the perfect fat person.
Yeah.
He's like, no, my fat man, he has planned his fatness perfectly.
Most fat
He
people
has
don't
each
even wear
size.
jeans to begin with. They're wearing sweatpants. So I would just my whole point is that fat people don't wear skin tight clothing typically because they know it's not the most. It's the best look for them. It's obviously.
I agree, but
Like you don't see skinny people in baggy clothes as much as you see fat people in baggy clothes. Skinny people.
well, I don't know about that because again, your clothes become skin tight if you're a fat person.
Not if you just buy huge fucking clothes, bigger than you are, which I feel like a fat person's more likely to do than a skinny person. Wouldn't you buy baggy ass clothing if you were fat? To
I
make it look like you're
would.
less fat?
And then over time, that would become skin tight clothing.
Not if you buy a, huge shirt or huge pants.
Again, it's 100x. You go from 4 pounds to
Whatever.
400.
I mean, it's.
Can we just try to? I know the odds that someone studied this are so low. But can we just Google who rips pants more?
Who
fat
rips
or skinny?
pants more, fat or skinny? Do fat people get ripped easy? No. This is like
I saying.
getting generally with a larger build, including those who are overweight, are more likely to experience pants ripping due to increased strain on the fabric. But as you
Well,
say
our
constantly,
new
that
rulers
Google
agree.
AI is experimental. Generative AI is experimental. Says
Well,
muscular individuals, regardless of overall, might experience pants ripping due to increased muscle mass. Skinny individuals with
why
little
would
muscle.
they? They would just buy baggy clothes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A strong person, I'll give you muscular would be more likely because they're more likely to be in skin tight
They don't
clothing.
plan as well as the chubbies.
No, the point is, you could buy clothes that look big, normal, or skin tight on you, regardless of what size you are. Sure, the Hulk might have an issue finding a shirt, but
400 pounds.
he does find that shirt. The Hulk does wear clothing that fits him, which implies that the shirts exist. If the Hulk can find clothing, so can any fat person.
I agree that they can find clothing.
Exactly. So
Do
all I'm
they
saying-
rip it? The Hulk definitely rips clothes at a higher rate than skinny people. That's his whole deal.
Yes.
Don't. If you're lumping the Hulk in with your group, his
No,
average alone.
I would put the Hulk.
He is.
The Hulk is not overweight.
I
He's
bet
ripped.
His
He's
BMI
ripped.
is off the charts.
I feel like the BMI is kind of a flawed system when you're super ripped because they are.
The Hulk's obese. BMI says so.
I mean, yeah, but Arnold Schwarzenegger would be obese then at that point. But
If the BMI says so.
similarly, though, I would say that actually is a good point that the strong people are wearing skin-tight clothing by choice because they want to show off their fucking muscles. That's the whole point. Whereas a fat person would be actively trying to hide their fat wearing baggier clothing. And a skinny person might be more leaning towards the muscular, skinny-tight clothing versus the baggy. That's my theory.
Can you give a Google? I saw this video the other day. It was I don't know how to Google this. It was a super fat lady on a motor chair trying to get through the supermarket doors and can't.
Let's see. Overweight woman on a scooter gets stuck down and exit. Her?
This is the lady.
I found this pretty quickly.
Awfully skin tight clothing on.
No, not it. Look at her shirt. She's wearing it below. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, we
That
said-
looks skin
We're
tight.
talking about ripped pants. That was our whole.
Jesus Christ, she has a huge butt.
Crazy, dude.
Those aren't jeans.
You know what she looks like? She looks like she was fat, but then someone like spun her real fast. like it all congealed in one spot.
I mean, that is a look right there. The
That is-
what do you even call that?
I don't know. I was thinking that like some people.
Is that their stomach that's just lapping over their,
no?
or they're
But
tucking it into their pants?
I think that well, like ladies get fat around their hips. Dudes go for stomach more. typically. But I was wondering that because like that's a crazy shape. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen other fat people of similar size. Some people get fat better.
Definitely.
Like Kevin James looks good as a fat man. For a fat man, you know what I mean?
Even like Lizzo didn't, she was a big girl, but she
it's
looked pretty good.
It's
Like she,
proportionate,
yeah.
which is what matters. But some people,
When they have like normal torsos
Yeah.
and then just insanely, like her ass was.
or some dudes get the reverse, like just the monster belly,
Yeah.
and then like tiny arms and legs.
That's not a great look.
No.
The turtle shell beer belly kind of. Well,
No,
beer
it's
belly is definitely a specific type of fat, like
And that's a little because you're almost skinny everywhere else.
skinny fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like.
Your gut sticks out.
Why do you think that happens? Just because?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
Well, the beer belly,
beer-
it must just be from like the carbs.
yeah,
and
it's carbs and that sort of stuff. Just makes your
like
stomach
a bread belly would be
It's
it.
mostly you're bloated. Half of it's you're bloated all
Really?
the time.
Constantly bloated.
Yeah, it's the beer belly.
Damn, that's. I mean, well, that's encouraging. If you have a beer belly, just stop drinking
It's
for.
definitely not all of it. But yeah, stop drinking.
But I bet you the beer belly is not their worst quality of being a degenerative alcoholic.
I was listening to some fat guy on a podcast. He was getting all mad. I wish I could remember who it was about skinny actors getting fat to play fat guy roles. And he's like, no, you didn't work for this. You've got skinny arms, skinny legs. He's like, this is a fat man. And he's got like the big arm and stuff.
He's got a point. If you're casting a fat guy, wouldn't you want an authentic fat guy?
And they do look different. When
Yeah.
you're like grown up fat, I think you hold it better than recently fat.
But like, Big Mama's House, that movie.
Maybe, I don't think so.
It's I can't think of his name. Lawrence. It's where what's this guy's name? Terrence Howard. I don't know. Is this Medina? No. I can't think of the actor, but he dresses up as like a grandma.
It does look like, is that Tyler Perry?
It's not Tyler Perry.
Oh.
But it does kind of look like Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Why is the actor not like the first guy, or is he just so old?
Or is it that girl?
No, it's a man.
Oh.
That's the whole point. Is it him? I don't know. Who plays the fucking mama?
Who is Big
Who
Mama?
is Big Mama? All right, we got to go to the IMDb, I guess. But Martin Lawrence, I couldn't think of his fucking name.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. He looks, like a fat lady, obviously in a suit, but real fat. Like, I feel like this is a better look than someone who got fake fat. Just do, prosthetics and such.
Is he not wearing prosthetics in this?
No, he is. He's like,
Okay.
The whole movie is about him putting on prosthetics to, investigate. I don't remember what.
Oh, it's like a Mrs. Doubtfire
Exactly.
scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he looks fat.
Yeah, they did a great job.
They did. It's a good movie.
Fantastic. It's
I think it was
Mama.
like the 2000s. I can't believe you've never seen this movie. It's just a classic.
I've definitely heard of it.
We'll watch it later.
Big Mama.
Big Mama's House.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna start the new year with Big Mama.
How was your New Year's celebration? Did you kiss at New Year's at midnight?
No, I fell asleep at 9.
Damn,
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Do you think your girlfriend kissed you at midnight?
No. She had this weird tradition where like her family, they're Hispanic, and they'll like hold $1 into the new year for good luck. So apparently she put $1 in my hand.
Nice.
So that was good.
Did you wake up with the dollar in your hand?
No.
She took it back?
Yeah, she took it back, which is pretty crazy.
That
It's
seems
$1.
like, if we're going by traditional Hispanic New Year's, whatever,
Yeah.
taking the dollar seems like an omen.
Well, that traditional Hispanic, they started the new year by getting robbed.
Yeah.
Took my dollar away. At the end of 2024, I had one more dollar than I had at the start of 2025.
She did a really good deed at the end of the year, giving a sleeping
Yeah, but
man.
like, that year's over.
And
You
now
know,
it's on to the year of crime.
Yeah.
Stealing from the
that was
sleeping.
her new start, was taking...
What are your thoughts on New Year's resolutions?
I think it's good to try. I think it never works out.
Wouldn't it be better just to do a New Year's resolution halfway through the year so that you're not like interrupting with other people's resolutions? Like going to the gym, everyone goes to the gym on January 1st kind of thing. But if you just start your New Year's resolution on like, June 5th.
I think if you start your New Year's resolution on June 5th, you got to think of a new name for it.
A mid-year resolution?
Mid-year resolution. How about just I've made a
A
resolution.
resolution, that's a good point.
This
But
is my June resolution.
maybe when people ask, like, oh, what's your New Year's resolution? you're more inclined to do that because if you say going to the gym and then they're like, well, have you been going to the gym?
Yeah. Well,
So it doesn't. It's not. It's that's why those resolutions are harder to come up with and then actively ignore it because of the constant
maybe
questioning. Whereas if you just
I'm-
make a June resolution, no one's asking you. You don't have to be followed up.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little bit the opposite. Like, if I have some sort of resolution, if I start telling people I have it, I'm less likely to do it. Because I kind of get a little bit of that hit from telling them and being like, yeah, he thinks I'm working on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's what I was doing this for anyway.
So my New Year's resolution is to just tell more people I'm going to the gym. Not actually going to the gym.
Yeah.
That actually could work out. I'll try that this year. See
tell
how
more
it goes.
people.
See if I feel better at the end of the year after telling everyone I worked out. That must have diminishing returns though, because it gets to the point where people start to think that you are going to the gym so much, but you look the same. So they're like, this guy must suck.
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing at the
Brad's
gym?
been working out a lot, but he must be eating even more. He has ramped up his eating.
Works out 3 days a week. He must be fucking so lazy on those 5 days a week. Can I have more blue drink, please? If you wouldn't mind, bartender.
We get stand-up comedy is a big New Year's resolution thing.
I bet. Someone
get
just want to try it.
First month or two, lots of new people at open mics and stuff. And you're so enthusiastic your first week. And so they want to they're asking you questions. They want to get all the knowledge. And it's so annoying because I'm like, stick
You're
around
not
for a
gonna
few
be
months
here
and come back.
Yeah.
Or am I going to spend 20 minutes talking to you to you to just do one more, you know?
To never ever do stand-up comedy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually wasting all this juicy knowledge on some useless sponge.
Ooh, this drink we have is getting bluer.
It
as
is
we
getting
get further down.
Does that mean Pedialyte's heavier than booze?
Maybe, or Blue 40 or whatever is making it blues. Yeah.
Does that happen with any alcoholic drinks where it separates?
Must.
Like oil, vinegar kind of thing?
I bet if you put vinegar in your vodka, it would separate.
Do you think that would be terrible? A
You'd be
vinegar-based?
like just drinking vinegar and then just drinking vodka.
Vinegar-based alcoholic beverage.
Is it martini? Martini and vinegar?
That's olive oil. I thought.
I don't know.
Shrubs?
That
I guess you can. Bourbon peach smash has vinegar. Apple cider vinegar cocktail. That I feel like could be not terrible.
Yeah, I can see that.
What's your favorite drink? Favorite liquor?
My favorite liquor? I'll drink whiskey on the rocks.
Okay.
I do that a lot now. Just like a Jameson. I've made myself do it though. I hated it for months. But I was like, God damn it, I gotta be a man. So and after a while, and now I do sincerely enjoy it. But man, did I have to work to get there. It was not
It's like being
natural.
real fat. You worked hard for
I worked
and now
hard.
you're reaping the benefits.
It was months of me taking a sip and
What changed? Your taste buds? Or you
you
just
just gotta get used to it, and then you're like, all right,
this,
this is nice.
you're selling this so poorly.
Well, it's not worth it if you're not. But I was like, I want to drink whiskey. My dad drinks whiskey. He's a man. I gotta learn to do this.
Okay, then what's your actual favorite?
Well, now I really like it. It's worked
I'm a
out
changed
nicely.
man. Do you have you said JMO? Jameson?
Yeah, well, I don't know, an old fashioned. If I want something sweeter,
Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
I've had some good old fashions over the past month
they're
or so.
good.
It's a good
Nice.
wintry drink.
There's a bar below me has them on tap,
Wow.
which makes me skeptical.
That
'cause
can't
it's
be a good old
It's
fashioned.
the first 10 old fashions of the day are just bitters.
You're having 10 old fashions?
No.
a day?
I'm saying the ones
I'm
being
kidding,
poured.
I'm kidding.
Because I would imagine, like you said, it separates a little bit. So the first 10 are just all the bitters,
That's
and then the next
what I'm
10
thinking. It shouldn't separate.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't.
Or maybe it's like one of those 7-Eleven smoothie machines where it's constantly rotating in
Well,
there.
when you get Coke, it's actually they're pouring fizzy water and the syrup at the same time into your drink. Do you know that? When you get the can I get a soda, and you fill it up yourself at the machine, when you push the thing, it's actually two nozzles. One shoots the syrup for Coca-Cola, and the other one shoots fizzy water. That's why
actually
people say Sprites taste
Did
better.
know that because those machines where you're the movie theater has them, the touchscreen soda machines.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them stocking them, and they're just putting bags of syrup.
Yeah, because
And then it's one
And you just
seltzer,
pick
basically.
which
Seltzer or
syrup
water,
goes
I would
in.
imagine.
But that's why people say like Sprite from McDonald's tastes better. It's because you're getting this fresh mixture versus having the mixture exist for a while already.
I heard it was also the temperature at which they keep their syrup as well. The McDonald's syrup is kept at like a colder temperature than the others, so it stays fresh or something like that. But McDonald's Sprite is definitely more potent than the average Sprite. That thing puts you on your ass.
I guess so. I don't know. Put me on my...
Oh, dude. You think 10 whiskey sours is getting...
You gotta take a breather after each sip.
10 old fashions. I vividly remember one time, I was like kind of younger, I ordered a water at a restaurant and I was so thirsty and I went to take a sip and it was Sprite and that shit came out of my nose. Like I was so not expecting Sprite. Soda, when you're not expecting it, is kind of like a shock to
surprise.
Anything but water when you're expecting water is just awful.
I had a roommate in college that would do, like the freshman year especially, we still had like a lot of vodka and water bottles lying around from various things. And that was his funny thing. Is you're hungover
and he'd give you a bottle of water.
Here's a water.
Wow, what's he up to?
He dropped out pretty quickly.
He was always drunk. He was drunk all the time.
Constantly.
Thinking he was getting hydrated.
Yeah. What time are we at?
We're at 36 minutes.
Oh, we got time. Time to run.
What were you gonna ask?
Nothing. I was thinking if it was time for jokes, but it's not.
No, we got at least 10 minutes before jokes. Not many people make it to this point in the episode, so if we want to stop at 45 minutes as opposed to an hour, I don't think our fans would. Imagine that brings like a wave of comments and complaints.
Like, what
the fuck? Not even an hour-long episode?
We like those,
unsubscribe.
We like those last 10 minutes where you're both a little drunk and start rambling.
Drunk and or drugged.
And or drugged.
I don't think...
was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good episode, though.
Yeah.
You could feel our passion in those last couple arguments.
But it was walking home. I was like, oh my gosh. I had planned to do comedy, and I was...
I asked.
I was going to do like late night or something.
I asked if you have any shows tonight. You said
I had no shows. It's like it wasn't important. Like
I think I asked if you had any comedy tonight.
Okay.
I would never tarnish your career.
I remember that I didn't want my night to end there. That's what I remember. And boy, did it end.
It did end. I can't remember the last time I got like too high and alcohol wasn't involved. Like usually it's like I'm drunk and I'll hit someone's whatever the fuck.
You do too much.
Yeah. But I can definitely remember a time where I was too high, and it's almost exclusively been from edibles. Like I've never smoked and been like so high and then also been like, okay, fine, I'll take another hit. Like once you get high, you're done. The edibles, I remember with you in high school, or I guess we were almost in college. That was not terrifying, but like way scarier than any time I've ever smoked marijuana. Is when you eat it in like a delicious little treat.
Because you just have in your back of your head like, I have 4 more hours of this.
And I had another brownie 10 minutes ago. Like it's dangerous.
Oh, I did want to talk about this. I've been listening to a new podcast called The Telepathy Tapes. Shout out Telepathy Tapes. It's awesome. Everyone should go listen. You pulled it up there?
I'm just looking at their website, yeah.
So
they have a really cool website.
It's basically telepathy's real.
Okay.
That's the sum of the. But like I'm almost done with episode 1. And in episode 1, they first start by like they're pointing out all of these cases of reported telepathy.
Sure.
Where people are like, my kid is nonverbal but still reads my mind and knows stuff. And so then they lead you into a case study where they interview a family where they have an autistic child that can't speak, communicates through writing, and they're like, she's telepathic, especially with our mother.
Did Joe Rogan tell you to listen to this?
He mentioned it, and then I listened to it.
Okay, because I'm like, this sounds so fucking familiar, and I'm pretty sure it's that episode.
And oh my god, dude, it's so worth it. But anyway, so then they get the autistic daughter. So first they interview her and have them, just to make sure they're not crazy people, and they like have them explain what's going on and stuff, and they do. And so they bring them for official testing, and they do. It's so crazy. They put a barrier between the mother and the child.
Autistic child.
Yeah, and then they blindfold the child with like they call it a mindfold. It's basically a super intense blindfold.
A mindfold.
Mindfold. They're trying to stop her telepathic powers.
Is it not just a blindfold?
It's like just a super intense one.
Why are they not just trying to stop her from seeing? Like, why are they taking active steps to stop?
They wanted to make sure.
We got this Magneto helmet from the set of X-Men.
It is. They said mindfold, and I'm like, well, what are you testing then?
Yeah.
If you're blocking her powers.
Are they testing your mindfold abilities or her brain abilities?
Like the mindfold's not powerful. She's overcome the mindfold.
She's harnessing its power. It's making her stronger. Just fucking.
But anyway, they then showed the mom 3-digit numbers randomly generated. They did around 20 of them, and just showed them to the mom. No words, anything. The mind-folded daughter wrote them all out, every single one, 100% accuracy.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That has to be telepathy.
It's nuts.
Like,
Well, then they do more. Then they go and they it's so funny that it's mindfold. They mindfold her again.
Is the mom mindfolded as well?
No, the mom, she doesn't have telepathic powers.
But her brain is just open for consumption.
And then what they did is, so the little girl was mindfolded, and they had
I
like
hate this word.
a green plate, a yellow plate, and a blue plate, and then a pile of these colored sticks in the middle. And she would pick up one, and her mom could see it, but she couldn't. And then she would know what color it was and organize them all perfectly without seeing them, because her mom could see them.
I was just going to ask if it only works for numbers, but I guess it's numbers and colors.
And it seems like apparently it's anything.
So can they just chat?
Like the daughter hears, it's like the daughter's receiving, the mother's giving. But she says she even experiences it with other people.
The daughter?
Yeah, not just her mom.
So she can just read minds, essentially.
Yes.
And she's autistic?
Yeah, but like mildly. Like
you
she
have
talks,
to be autistic to read minds?
Good question. I hope not, because man, do I want in on this. But
would you trade some?
Well, what kind of autism am I getting? Up to a level.
Yeah, you roll the dice.
I've been told I have autism already, so like.
But the stronger your autism,
the
stronger your brain reading.
That's how it works.
It's a trade-off.
I don't know if you want the most autistic person in the world to also be able to control people with their minds. Suddenly, all of Earth is building trains. All the Earth's resources are building the ultimate train.
Grilled cheeses become like the number one food group in America.
Grilled cheeses and trains.
Grilled cheese is a vegetable now. Fuck. We're gonna get in trouble for that one.
That'd be so funny. Also, I like the mindfold.
It just looks like a blindfold. Oh, I guess
is.
when I see it from this side.
Like, look, it is just like...
Is that mind-stopping styrofoam?
Mind-stopping.
It's just a blindfold that's fucking taped to your head.
It is like a more intense one. Because, if you put on, like...
I wear a sleep mask, and I wake up and
you
it's
can kind of
off
see
my
out the
face.
bottom. This is to stop any of that. It's so crazy.
It's nothing to do with the mind. It's just to make sure she's definitely not cheating.
No, I know it's not. But it did. I was like... The lady kept calling it a mindfold and then clarifying that it was a blindfold. And I'm like, just call it a blindfold.
Just come on.
This is making it so confusing. It sounds like you're trying to combat her psychic powers.
I was going to say, this isn't anything other than a sleeping mask, and the company is called Mindfold.
Yes. No, I know. She's using the brand name.
Oh.
Yeah. Like she goes, and then she put on the mindfold, which is a blindfold. She said that 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, God damn, just call it a blindfold.
Yeah. I think she got caught up in an Instagram ad. Is your autistic child reading your mind?
Product placement on this experiment, which is funny. But isn't that awesome? Isn't that crazy to think about? Telepathy?
I mean, I'm so skeptical, though, if I'm being honest.
But, you listen, and it's like...
So do you believe in mediums and such?
No.
Well, that's the same shit, though.
No, it's not the same shit. Because the median is like, hey, I'll talk to your dead parents for $20. That once there's money involved, I become very, very skeptical.
I've seen this video of this Uber driver who claims to be a medium, and he does it for free. People who come in his car, he'll be like, I'm getting a sense of XYZ. Mm-hmm. And I think it's more likely that he's confusing talking to the dead with maybe something more telepathic, where he's getting this person's memories. Because they're never telling them things that
That
the
they
guy
don't
didn't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like, oh, your grandpa says he's sorry, but like that's probably what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's not.
So I would
not like-
argue that that's
It's not
more
like the
realistic.
passcode to your grandfather's
Yeah.
safe.
Oh, fuck, can you tell me? No, sorry. He says he doesn't want you to have
Your
it.
grandfather had 50 Bitcoin.
I'm getting a wallet address ACD49.
Wait, but here comes the passphrase. Get ready. Get ready.
Your grandpa wants you to put 50,000 into Shiba coin. I did see one where he was like, this person came into his car and he was like, I'm so sorry, but I am getting like 50 dead people are following our car right now. I hope this isn't weird, but I might actually have to ask you to get out of the car. And
Murder.
she worked at a crematorium.
Ooh.
And she was like, that actually makes sense. I've heard this before from mediums. And took it very... She was like, no worries. I'll get out.
Yeah.
I guess if you work at a crematorium, you probably... Or like a morgue, that's what it was. You're either... I'll be a little mean. A weird person that doesn't really like associate death properly. Or you're better with it. But that's odd.
Or
You're like a psychic, or you have some connection to death where you feel like you're doing a service.
Or you're a necrophiliac that achieved his childhood dream.
You're a necrophiliac who just hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You're gonna let me work here? You're gonna pay me to work
Like,
here?
this is amazing.
What do you do at a morgue? You just burn bodies?
No, you embaum
Yeah, I
them
guess
and
you dress them, stuff like that.
You dress them.
We
You
dress
put them
them
in little
with
outfits.
Yeah. I mean, you do, right? They're always looking spiffy.
It is. You're like.
Are they wearing
such a
pants?
nutty-
You think?
What, the people embalming them? I hope so.
When it's a chest up casket,
Yeah, they're wearing pants.
they're putting pants on.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to risk that.
Are they wearing underwear?
Ooh, that is a good question.
You think they?
That is. And is it sheath underwear? Put it in Moose Lounge.
Yeah.
You'll get no discount, but it'll be fun.
I would assume yes. Just because if you're dressing a dead body, you probably put on the underwear just out of like respect first, right? When you're picking out the outfit, like, all right, let's get some skinnies on this guy, and then we can go from there.
What if the body's like a drug dealer, so he sagged his pants? You gotta put underwear on. For the open casket. You're like, people, no wonder.
They'll never believe it was him.
He died how he lived.
Hanging low.
Yeah, hanging low. Sagging.
And like, do they wear bras? Bras, I feel like.
Because bras are part of the look. Like, bras... Boxers don't give you a bigger bulge. You know, bras kind of put you in place.
And if they do, send me a pair.
I'm
I need that pair.
Can we actually look up bulge boxers?
This is why you always want to use my computer for the record.
No, it's because you're just better at this. Like this keeping up on the...
It's just that. Make my bulge bigger.
I bet if you just... Yeah. I
I
was going to say, I bet tons of products.
Bulge enhancing underwear.
Hell yeah.
Wha-
We need these images.
Oh man. Wait, that's with nothing in
Yeah,
it?
zoom in on that. Zoom in on that bad boy. Oh my goodness.
Wait, it's got like balls.
It's got... You want everything enlarged.
Yeah, well, his bulge is huge, but look at his small balls in comparison. I don't want that. Would you rather have... Never mind.
What?
Super large, or like a big penis, but you have insanely large balls, or small penis, normal balls.
How there's a threshold of largeness
Your
of
penis
balls.
is 1.5 times larger than it is now.
Okay.
Your balls are 3 times larger than they are now. Or your penis shrinks to half its size, your balls stay the same.
I would go bigger penis if I had to pick. Can I do neither of these? Neither of these sound better than my current setup. They're very... They both
No, you
sound
have
awful.
to pick one of these two.
I would go for bigger then.
3 times the size of your current balls.
Or just a penis half the current size.
Yeah, we're already working.
What am I going to do with a 5-inch penis?
What am I going to do with a 14-inch...
Nothing useful.
Nah,
after
half
that.
would be a bummer. Half would be a bummer.
Dude, Norm Macdonald had the funniest joke about the penis size. He goes, he's like, You know, those small dick guys are so musical. They've got poems and stuff. It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean. Yeah, because like a guy with a big cock, like he'd know what to do with it. He's like, oh, I've got such a big cock. If only it was smaller and more maneuverable.
It's a good point.
It's so funny.
The guy with the big penis. Well, you know, he's probably had to work a little less. The guy with the big penis versus the micro penis. Micro penis is tough. I feel like
it's nuts.
Well, that's the thing. The nuts are normal.
You're all nuts.
It's all nuts.
You got. You're like, play with my balls. All right, a little. Keep going. Just the ball. I'm like trying to distract.
Yeah. I mean, what's considered micro penis? Under an inch?
Oh God, I think. Someone has a full hard-on and their penis is 2 inches, like, do you not call that a micro penis?
A micro penis is a penis that's significantly smaller than the average size. Thanks.
I thought you didn't know what micro meant.
Typically defined as a stretched penile length of 3.67 inches or less. Okay.
I was going to say, dude, like 2 inches can't be like, oh yeah, normal penis. You're great, dude. You're packing.
It's not a micro. It's 2.5.
The only guys that know the threshold for micro penis are the guys with micro penises.
Stretched penile length. The average male infant's SPL. Thank God we
stretched penis. So this is flaccid but stretched. Is that what they're measuring? My penis is never in that state.
What defines a micro penis is its stretched penile. Your SPL.
The micro penis guys are designing these studies.
The SPL is 2.8 to 4.2 centimeters, 1.1 to 1.6 inches.
Okay.
While the length of a micro penis is described as less than 0.75. So.
Less than 0.75 inches?
The average male infant. Oh, infant.
Okay. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's a clit. That's not a penis.
Like, the average is an inch? Fucking tiny dick babies over here.
You ever look up penis size distributions?
Hold on. The average, in an adult, the average SPL is about 5.21 inches. So an adult micro penis is 3.67 or less.
You know why they're doing the stretched measurements?
Well, I don't know why.
It's because only small penis dudes are doing studies on this. They're like, surely I'm not below average. And surely you measure it by pulling it as hard as you can to its maximum length.
The world's strongest man has the longest penis.
Yes. He's just pulls it all the way out. I did read about
Wait, micropenis is only 0.6% of males. But what appears to be a small penis may not technically qualify as a micropenis. Yeah. It may be known as a buried penis.
This is the author of this RLP article being like, just because a penis is small, that doesn't mean
micropenis is actually really rare.
Yeah.
Do you know what a buried penis is?
Oh, inverted or something? Oh, I don't even want to
It's hidden or buried under folds of skin.
Just describing an uncircumcised penis.
Basically. And then a webbed penis? Also,
it's got
another
powers.
condition that's commonly mistaken as micropenis is your spider penis. Wait.
Have you found that you're able to climb walls?
Another condition that can be mistaken is a webbed penis, also known as an inconspicuous penis.
What does that mean?
A webbed penis, skin from the scrotum is attached unusually high in the shaft. Oh.
So it's like your that thing balls under your tongue, but on your penis.
And imagine the top, like, up here. You can get surgery, but it's usually delayed until he's a teenager. Oh. So the penis itself looks smaller
so he's got
because it's just the tip and some of the shaft.
He's got like a sail.
This is essentially the situation that is presented to you. Your balls grow twice the size and you lose half. But they took it as like where's the balls stop and the penis start?
So if you have a webbed penis but a large penis, if you get an erection on a surfboard, you have a sail to propel you forward. You'll catch the wind.
Or maybe if you get a hard enough erection, you can break free from your web barriers.
Rip. Well, dude, actually, I've got a good question for you. Feel your upper lip. Do you feel the same little webbing in there?
Nah.
Is yours ripped?
No, I feel the
mine.
bridge.
I ripped mine at a young age, and it is still ripped at my top lip.
Like, I feel
The little thing, that exactly what we're describing, that connects it.
I actually don't like that I'm feeling it. It kind of feels like in between your fingers almost.
Mine's ripped. So like instead it's a flap that kind of goes back and forth when I use my tongue.
Can I feel it?
Definitely not.
Can you feel it with your finger? Because I can feel mine.
Yeah.
And you feel it, it's not...
It's ripped.
In the middle?
It's in the middle. It's in where it should be.
But it's ripped up.
But instead of being connected, it's ripped from my gums, so it flaps back and forth when I feel it. And I have a faint memory of doing this when I was very young.
And you're not going to let me feel it?
I am definitely not going to let you feel it. That is so intimate to stick your finger.
I feel like it's not the most intimate. That your dentist does it all the time.
Go to dental school and you can do it. That is the bar.
What if I take like a intermediate online certification?
If you get to the point where you're doing clinicals as a dental assistant, then yes, I'll sit in the chair.
What if, like, some dentist gives me, like, the okay to do it?
That is way too low of a bar. You just need a friend
Fine.
as a dentist.
4 out of 5 dentists.
You're like, well, what if I know a dentist?
Do you know a dentist? I don't know any dentists.
Next time I go to a dentist, I'll then know a dentist.
Wait, you haven't been to a dentist?
I've been to a dentist in, like, 7 years.
Dude, go to the dentist.
Why?
So they can check your teeth.
My teeth are great. I've been to the orthodontist, and they would have said something if they saw something bad.
I guess
I was at an orthodontist.
Do you floss?
3 years ago.
You don't floss.
I don't floss.
You should just go.
Are you crazy?
You'll feel better about yourself. Your teeth will feel better.
I should, but I don't really.
Do you know what the leading cause of heart disease is?
Hearts.
Poor dental hygiene.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Can we Google that?
Oh.
But doesn't poor dental hygiene come with stuffing your face full of ice cream every day?
Nope.
Couldn't that be the leading heart disease?
Maybe not the leading. Hold on.
Okay, I'm like, this is like what your mom tells you.
Nah, I remember.
And do you masturbate? Your eyes will get stuck.
Gum disease is a leading cause of heart disease. Because the bacteria from the gum disease can enter your bloodstream and cause inflammation in your heart vessels.
Okay. I have to pee so bad.
Well, hold on.
Entertain the guest for a second.
Can we just do the jokes? We're at 56 minutes.
I have to pee so bad.
Fine.
It'll be so bad.
We're also at low battery. Ooh, 8%. You better pee fast. My New Year's resolution for all you big single lady Moose Lounge fans out there is I'm going to try and go on more dates in this new year because I've been a lazy piece of shit, to say it abruptly. My vocab feels horrendous sometimes. I just want to talk faster than I can keep up with, and then I end up saying things that don't make sense, but I say them with confidence, which should hopefully help me out on some of these dates that I should be going on. I know now, saying this to the camera, I not that anyone watches this deep into the episodes, but I should be holding myself more accountable now. So we'll see if that works out. But I'll keep you all posted. Maybe once an episode, I'll have Eddie go to the bathroom and I'll do a recap. But that's my New Year's resolution. I also want to go to the doctor and ask them why my knee still hurts 4 months later, after taking a little bit of a spill at a bar, still aching in my knee. So that's a bummer. And that's why I think Eddie should get the surgery.
I came into why I think Eddie should get the surgery.
Oh, well, I guess you'll just have to watch the episode and find out.
Wait, let's just see if there's anything left in this, and then we'll do jokes.
All right. Mike Stan wrote them today, right?
Yeah, Michael Sands.
What did he do for the holidays?
He hung out with his
Mistress?
wife's family, the Raffones.
Those. Wait, I thought Mike was gay.
Yes, but his husband identifies as a woman.
Oh.
It's the Raffones. There's also a Michael in the Raffones. He goes by Mike.
I thought that was Mike's
Microphone.
husband.
Oh.
Mike Stan's husband was microphone, but Mike, you're saying microphone
Michael Raffone.
Yes, but that's a woman? You referred to him as his wife.
It's
he's androgynous.
or he's gender fluid, so you kind of just have to guess at any given moment.
Is there anyone you think that lives like that? Male one morning, female the next?
Yeah, I've seen TikToks.
Like
Might be one or
actually,
two of them.
they identify as a changing.
Yeah, it's gender fluid. It's a thing.
I thought gender fluid.
Gender fluid means like you change, I think.
No, I think gender fluid is more of a term that genders are fluid. Like you are not.
Well, but I thought it's like I am gender fluid, right? Isn't that something you can say?
Gender fluidity is a non-fixed gender identity that can change over time.
There you go.
Or just depending on the situation. That sounds awfully convenient. Well,
You're
like,
like,
for example, when the women's line is too long in the bathroom.
You're at a restaurant, you're like, is there shellfish in this? Oh, fuck, I'm a man.
Depending on the situation. They had me for a sec. But situational gender seems convenient.
Also, dude, my joke about homosexuals has been working fantastically. Because the one where it's like, I would be a great gay guy because most gay guys are doing it wrong. And then the point is that many homosexual men will act feminine. And if you're trying to attract a dude that likes dudes, the worst thing you could do is act like a lady. And like I was so nervous to do it in New York City because I was like, I don't know if this will work.
This is going to
here.
crush you.
And it has been killing in Manhattan. I will never do it in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
but it has in Manhattan. And I'm like, nice. I mean, it's probably not that offensive. And I did have one. I did it at a show / mic. And there was a gay dude in the front. And I was like, oh, I have this next joke. I'm not sure if it's offensive. I was like, you can tell me after. And then I did it. And no one laughed. It bombed. I was still figuring it out. And I was like, was that offensive? He's like, no. I was like, oh, it's just not funny.
Yeah, he's like, not offensive.
Funny.
Not funny either, but not offensive. Nice.
Let's do jokes.
All right.
Oh. God,
I think there's 3 over there. He was feeling himself.
He's putting them all over. So we have 7 jokes.
Jeez.
So
Close your eyes.
how many should I pick? I guess 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
You're just picking.
We don't choose.
I
which ones
wasn't. I was
picked.
just shuffling.
3. Should I do 4 more?
Sure.
4.
Oh no.
Okay. It's pretty good. I got two of.
Mike labeled this one a bad joke.
Have some confidence in yourself, Michael. All right, well, I have more, so I'll start. All right. The best thing about adopting a new puppy every week is that I can simultaneously convince the checkout lady that I'm a good person and satisfy my taste for dog.
Jesus. Good God, Michael.
She thinks I'm adopting them out of sympathy, which works for me, but really, I make a nice ravioli.
You don't think she noticed that every week you're only buying garnishes?
She's vegetables.
Oh, I was imagining a checkout lady at the dog shelter.
Oh.
I assume you have to pay like $20, I think, to buy them.
I was assuming you're at the grocery store with your newfound dog. When I call my dog, she comes. If only it was that way with every woman. Do you mean physically ejaculates?
Yes.
Oh.
Comes.
Stop coming, dog.
Yeah.
Damn, you were really
I was. I
horny
didn't.
and
I didn't realize I had a lot of dog jokes.
killing you.
Or Michael had a lot of dog jokes.
fucking
We were
all
talking
these
about
dogs.
All right. I got kicked out of my friend's New Year's Eve party last night. I'm not really sure why. He said I was disgusting, but I was wearing my diaper, so I think he was jealous that I got there at 4 a.m. to be first in line.
To his house?
I'm not sure. Onto his house, you show up with the diaper. That would be such a niche joke to do to someone. Yeah, like New Year's Eve party. I thought I should get here early.
Wearing a diaper.
Wearing a diaper. It's New Year's Eve.
But you said
This is a New Year's Eve thing, not a Times Square thing. Tradition states.
Why was the coal miner extra naughty all year round?
Why?
He wanted a bigger Christmas bonus.
Okay. Dude, I thought structurally that was a sound joke. Right?
I think I meant to write dad joke instead of bad joke.
A man once told me that the right way to eat a banana is from the bottom, because that's how chimps do it. I still eat them regular, though, because I'll be damned if I'm going to listen to the guy who's getting his advice from monkeys.
True. Do we do anything that chimps do?
Yeah. He's going to get mad at me and throw his feces.
In his defense, though, I think he's saying that the chimps are clearly the banana expert, as it is their only thing that they do. So maybe they might know a couple things on banana eating.
Bananas.
We might have already done this joke.
Okay.
Now that I'm reading it. My new neighbor is both a Christian and a masochist. So I'm really concerned now that he's going to treat me the way that he wishes to be treated.
Yeah, I think we
think we
have done that one before. Here, I think you did it last time too. Imagine having a traumatic experience on the night of September 21st. Yes, I remember. It was awful. Please stop singing. That's funny. It took me a second.
It was awful.
A little Earth, Wind, and Fire humor for you.
That one's for your mom.
Wait, is it that or is it Frankie Valley?
That's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Wait, what is
21st night of September? What, Frankie Valley?
You don't think of a September song?
No. September?
It's by Frankie Valley and the Four
September Rain.
By Frankie Valley and the Four
Yeah,
Seasons?
that's
Oh.
what we'll end on.
Okay, just to play it.
Just, a little smooth rhymes and some,
Good times.
here at the Moose Lounge. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. Wow, my computer's about to die.
All right.
Battery, baby.
Just stop it and save it.
Stopping and saving.